typed out description, ingredients, you guys can always go ahead and access. And you know how I bake? Welcome to Sarah's Kitchen. You are inside Sarah's Kitchen. And we're going to make custard for Napoleon, custard for cream puffs, or what are the cream puffs called? I have such a brain fart right now. I don't know if it's age or brain fart, but whatever it is, profiteroles. You can also put heavy cream inside your cream puffs or profiteroles. You can also put ice cream inside your profiteroles. I'm giving you all the options. 4 egg yolks, half a cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of milk. We're going to add a pinch of salt to that and a drizzle of lemon. You know I always do that. Then you need half a cup of cornstarch or flour, or half and half cornstarch and flour to make it thicken. I'm going to go flat cornstarch. Let's stay away from flour. No specific reason or other. It is going to be a rich dessert. I like it at the end of the night. I take a spoonful and I just slowly lick it off. And cheers, I have it with my red wine. Happy Tuesday night. YouTube is live. We're going to separate our eggs right now. And then after I'm done doing a live, I can chit chat with you guys. But first thing we're going to do is separate the egg yolk, the yellow, from the white. We're not putting any white in this custard or pastry cream. It can have so many different variations. You might have recipes that call for more egg yolk. That way 6 egg yolk, it'll have then more flour and more milk. Here's 1 egg. You want the egg yolk because it's so high in fat. It's going to work perfectly with your custard. It'll bring it all together. It's going to work as a binder. That's the other thing it does. And it's really, really rich, high calorie, good calorie, high in fat. My kids grew up on this. I would make it and they ate it up when they were babies, and now they really love it. So if you have young kids and sometimes they're being iffy with what they're eating, think about it. There's nothing bad in this for their young growing bodies or brains. Hello. This is the 3rd one. I would feed it to them. They would eat it out of a bowl, or like I told you guys, over bread. It's just so nutritious for those young bellies. Growing brains need all the fat they can get. 4 eggs. Move the white. I will make a nice omelet out of that tomorrow. One of those airy, fluffy omelets. Before you turn on your pan, your saucepan, I have your 4 eggs in there. Half a cup of sugar is going to go in there. And 1.5 cups of milk. I'm not turning anything on yet. Go 1.5 cups. Here's 1.5. There's a half. And to this, we're going to add a pinch of salt always. 1 pinch of salt. And yes, a drizzle of lemon. You know my baking. Always salt and lemon. Always, always, always. It just balances. It really emphasizes the sweetness. It kind of balances it out. It emphasizes the sweetness. And it brings out a whole perspective to your baking and your custard. My stove isn't even on yet. I'm just kind of blending it all together. This is super simple. You're going to have such an easy time. This custard is going to rock your world. 1 tablespoon of vanilla for flavoring. Now, a lot of versions add, I turn it on low. I'm just going to start this up. A lot of versions add rose water to this. You can add almond flavoring, almond liquor, almond extract. I just like to go simple with the vanilla, and it's really universal. I do like to add rose water. I mean, just a dash of it, like 1/8 of a teaspoon inside my whipped heavy cream, so slightly that you kind of go, wait, what is that flavor I'm getting? It's not at all so predominant and obvious. So this is whisked in perfectly. Now, when you go like this, when you start with the egg, sugar, vanilla, all your ingredients, all that's left over is the cornstarch or flour, and you have no risk of scrambling your eggs. Isabella, hi sweeties. This is such a crucial part. I'm gonna see if I can go live with you for just a moment. Just a quick moment. My ear's ringing, I don't know why. Otherwise, tonight is, you'll see how quick this just kind of becomes a good custard. You gotta whisk it all around and in the middle. So notice I have this thing, which I love. I got it from Italy in Century City. It's kind of hard to find. So I go circle, 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 and right in the middle. You don't want the bottom to get thick and stuck and set. So you really want to push it down and whisk it. It's just really convenient, especially for a smaller bowl. This is more convenient than those big whisks. And I suggest you go get yourself on Amazon and look at all the options you have for different whisks. Time to take a break and have a little sip of red wine. I am going to add 1/2 cup of cornstarch to this, right? See how it's bubbling? That's okay. The bubbling is what the whisk is doing. It's just adding all those air pockets in your liquid. Just let it be. Then I'm going to add my cornstarch to my measuring cup. And if I show you guys, Gus is sleeping right at my feet because the boys are here and their friends. They're chilling over there in the TV room, and Gus is my giant protector. So here I go. I'm going to start adding the cornstarch to this, really just kind of gradually. Whisking it in, right? 1/2 cup of cornstarch. And at the end of this whole thing, right when it's almost thick, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, years and years and years ago, when I was a little itty bitty girl, really, really young lad is what I was, my sister-in-law, who is in New York now, resides in Great Neck, taught me how to make this, gave me this recipe, gave me the recipe. I've kind of tweaked it as of then or since then. It is real kitchen, people. And hey, Gussie. Shush, bear. That was it. That was 1/2 cup because I know I was short. Shush. Now what's going to happen is you're going to cook this cornstarch or flour into your custard egg mixture. So essentially, if you're familiar with what your sauces are doing, it's kind of like a roux, right? That's what you're doing. But you gotta watch it so it doesn't become really thick as a roux does. This is gonna thicken your liquid, and you've got to whisk it. I absolutely adore this whisk. I love this whisk. I absolutely love this whisk. I think it's a must-have. So many of you DM me when I use it. Where did I get it from? I've tried Amazon. I can't find another one. The other one that I've gotten off of Amazon that are different are this one, this little itty bitty thing. I have so many whisks. As you can imagine, my kitchen is stacked. And I have this one. This one's kind of funky because you push it down and it twirls like that. But no, this is my favorite. All right, here we go. It's getting thicker. You gotta be right on top of this. This is just small enough where you can whisk it around and get it in the bottom. And it's flexible. Look at that, flexible. So it goes in every corner. Who's here? Teenagers. What's happening, Nicholas? Teenagers. What's up, Miles? What? Do you hear them? They're goofing around is what they're doing. It's their summer nights. All right. This is going to be so tasty and flavorful. And then make sure you have your butter ready. And the butter is just, so when you're making this beautiful cream sauce at the end of your pasta, it's ready. You add a little bit of butter and you fold it in. It just kind of wraps it all around, makes it silky, beautiful, tasty. Oh my gosh, the butter is going to make it perfect. Here it is. It's coming along. Now, depending on the pot you have, be aware of how it's going to warm up. Make sure you go around the rim. This is becoming thick. I can feel it. When I'm whisking it, you want to push your spatula or your whisk all the way at the bottom. This is getting thicker. I'm turning it really low because all of a sudden, the cornstarch just going to absorb all the liquid and become really thick. So here you go. There it is. You're just, see how it's thickening? You're just going to slow that down. At some point, you might even have to turn off the stove, and you might have to turn it right back on again. Don't panic. Here it is. I keep going in circle. See that? Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Now I'm turning it on. I won't remove it from the heat. I'll just turn it off because it is still warm underneath. Okay. See how warm that is? See how thick it got? Just let it keep thickening. Now, Ara, you know what I'm going to add to this? No, nada. Gracias. Yo quiero. I'm going to add some vanilla bean paste to that. Even though I have vanilla in there, I'm going to add some vanilla bean paste to that. That's kind of like adding a vanilla bean stock. There it goes. Are you still going to finish? I am going to make the croissant, I promise you. And I will show you guys. I have to turn this on just a touch more. It really is just, I think it's quite done. I'm going to turn on the heat for just a little bit more. Whisk it nice and big and in the middle. Just a little bit more. Now taste that. Holy moly, it's really good. You could pour that over anything. Turn it off. Turn that baby off. A little bit of more vanilla. This is like when you taste your food at the end, you adjust seasoning, salt and pepper. Oh, yes. Some more vanilla. And now the butter. Everything's better with butter. 2 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. But I won't pour the second one in yet. Kind of mix that in. This will make it silky, rich, glossy. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It smells divine. Look at that. You guys see that? You see that? Just drizzle down. And the 2nd tablespoon. You know what? There. This is never, ever, ever going to hurt anyone else. Get it real good. Really, really nice, generous tablespoon. Don't be stingy. You're not making cream custard because you're being stingy or watching what you're eating. This is something decadent. You get to kind of totally cheat with. And how long did that take? 15 minutes. That's it. Seriously, people, look at that. Oh my God, that's so good. 15 minutes from beginning to end. It took 15 minutes to make this gorgeous custard, silky perfection. It smells like butter, vanilla. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is so yummy. And it's really important that you see the pot. There's no lumps. Now, clearly, I have quite the experience with making this. But even I can have a little boo-boo and end up with lumps. So what you would do is you would strain this. You would put it through one of these babies, really thin mesh, and you just run it through, and the bubbles or the lumps of cornstarch would sit behind. But I have to tell you, the key to getting the lumps out is getting all your ingredients blended really well on the stovetop. And then sifting through your flour or the cornstarch a little bit at a time and blending it really well. Giving the cornstarch or the dry ingredients time to get in there and absorb the liquid and just kind of loosen up and become loosey-goosey. This is ready. What I will do is I will transfer this baby. Look at that, baby. It's perfect. Now, if I were to show you, because the test in a lot of recipe books or online, you see the test is you go like this. Well, I mean, you can tell this is perfect. But the test is you run your finger through and it's like that. And it doesn't run. That's the test. See? It doesn't drop. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't move. It just sits right. That is your test. Oh my God. I used every finger. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh. It kind of also tastes like this ice cream that it's bringing something back to me, this ice cream that I'm remembering. Probably based that ice cream was cornstarch. So I'm going to pour this into a little bowl, and then I will show you guys how I will store it. You cannot use this while it's hot right now. You're going to have to, ciao Bella. Cheers guys, you're gonna have to let it sit and cool off. So what will happen is I will assemble this tomorrow morning, but I wanted you guys to see it. Let me get a bowl so I can set it aside. Hi Gussie. And how I like to do it is use my plastic spatula. By the way, go please check out Poosh for posting that recipe. That was a new recipe. I know that last time I did my cauliflower salad, you guys went crazy over it. So this was a twist on that because I thought, well, 4th of July is coming. Let's make it really, holy moly, this pot is heavy. This is like no joke. So look at that, pour into that. You guys can see that. Go check out Poosh and try that recipe. It's really simple, though those ingredients do make such a gorgeous combination, and you do not need cheese. Now, if you're a cheese lover, gosh, goat cheese, feta cheese, those are the ones I would put in there. Blue cheese, gorgonzola. But you don't need cheese to make it perfect. I think it's perfect just as is. Slithers, and you know how I am with my dressing. Simple, simple, simple. Less is more. Less work over the dressing. And then put all your energy into your main dishes or just adding more ingredients. But that's a beautiful salad. And I've actually served it several times. I'm telling you, everyone will say, oh my gosh, this is so refreshing. It's great as a side salad. It's great as just a good lunch or dinner if you want to eat light. It has plenty of antioxidants, sugar, protein. It's so good for you. Here we go. There it is. And you know how I feel about wasting. I want to get all that scrap in there. Every last bit. Look at that. I did well. Every last bit is in there. Right? Now, and then, how you store this is after licking all your fingers and cleaning the stovetop, you take your plastic wrap. This is the key. And then you just push it down Not over because it'll sweat and steam inside. You lift the sides and you push it all the way down. Hello from North Wales. Oh my. Push it down like that. So you want the corners to be up and you want the plastic to sit tight on the custard. That way it will not tighten. Good job, Patty Cakes. Let's wiggle your bun, Pearly. You want to taste my custard?
Yay.
Is that why you're here? All right, ready? You got a finger that's ready to go in? Come on. Go in. Oh. Tell them what you think.
So good.
Burger. You can use another finger. Do not double dip with that finger.
Can I just get a spoon?
Yes, go get a spoon. All right. 2 thumbs up. Kid tested. Mother approved. Make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell, and I will to get notified when we post new recipes, which is pretty much daily. This is her dessert. Good night, Bear. It's hot. Be careful. All righty.
My favorite.